Alright, today we're going to be playing Aliens for the Famicom Disk System. This is actually an unreleased prototype put out, well, not really put out, but by Square, the same guys behind Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger and all your favorite non-Atlas RPGs. This is not an RPG. This is actually an action game released, I guess, around the same time Aliens was popular in Japan or something. It's certainly before my time, but I've actually grown a little fond of this game. Plays a little weird though. Like the jump button, A, you have to hold down to, you know, actually jump. Otherwise you'll do these little wimpy squat hop things. This item over here is your jump boots, which will let your main character jump higher. You can carry about 3 of them at a time, and trust me, you're going to need them for the pits that this game throws at you. This one is a invincibility item that you can activate later, and this is an imported grenade, as you can see. It comes in. It's pretty useful for taking out enemies you know are coming up, like eggs and such. Here we have another pair of boots. Now one thing you need to remember while playing this game is you need to be wary of the acid blood the aliens spray all over the place on death, because it will hurt you. Here we've got a full health power up. Yeah, the somersault will add a little more to your jumps, but pulling it off is a little tricky. Here we go. It's like when you're nearing the apex of your jump, and when you're going straight up, you have to hold down the up button, and most of the time it'll make the main character do a flippy somersaulting in the air. I'm sorry, I really don't know her. This character's real name. I mean, I've read the plot synopsis on Wikipedia and everything, but right now I just can't be bothered to remember because I have such horrible memory. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, we've gotten the smart bomb, which creates pillars of fire, which comes in handy against these enemies over here that'll drop on unassuming players. Come on. There we go. Too bad it doesn't do much of anything against these white serpent-looking things that, as you've seen, will appear out of nowhere. Also, squeezing through small gaps like that, it's a little weird in that you actually have to hold down the forward button and keep pressing jump, which will sort of, I guess, glitch the character through. Yeah, a lot of aspects in this game seem a little unfinished, which isn't surprising given that this is a unreleased prototype game. Well, then again though, Square wasn't exactly known for putting out the best of quality titles. Like, around this time, 1987, before the Final Fantasy years, Square was known for putting out some games which have had mixed to poor reception at the time. Things like Cleopatra, some Cleopatra game, and Rad Racer, although I actually kind of like Rad Racer, as well as the 3D Adventures of WorldRunner and such. But yeah. Yeah, nice little thing on this part of the stage that you can actually walk on this particular pipe. Oh, no alien, huh? Okay, we got the fire gun, which, while you can't shoot more than one bullet, it's actually loads more powerful than the twin pulse or the shotgun. It'll kill most enemies in one hit. Okay, I'm gonna have to be a little careful. As you've noticed, the 1-ups in this game are a little weird. The 1-up icons will randomly cycle between a fish, a dog, and even a snail. I'm not quite sure why that is. But I mean, they're 1-up icons. I guess they're not really supposed to be that serious looking or something. Okay. Now, the doors in this game seem to operate kind of weird. Like how you've seen how I just left a room with like water and those alien heads and stuff. Well, as you see now, it's taken me to a completely different room. Now, the doors in this game can be a little more sinister though. Like, there'll be some doors that'll teleport you to the beginning of the stage, like these 3, like this one and these 2. This one will take me to a pathway that will lead to the boss of this level. But if I go a little further over here, I'll be able to get at an egg with a 1-up, which is pretty neat. Now, the regular player might want to try to get to the doors over here, but as you can see, the screen does not scroll to the left. It looks like we're kind of screwed over here, but there is actually an invisible wall. So, not all hope is lost. And here we have the wave laser, which I hear is the most powerful in the game. Alright, here we have 2 doors. One will lead us to the second level, skipping the first boss, while the other will lead us to the beginning of the entire game. Now, if I remember correctly, this one should lead us to... Okay, yeah, this was apparently the door that leads us to the beginning of the first stage. I chose wrong then. But it's no big deal. I mean, we have pretty much the best equipment the game can offer, other than a helmet or something. As you can see, I've also collected 4 invincibility icons that okay, if I can just remember how to activate them. It was like... Okay, when you're in midair, just press A and B, and I think that's what activates it. As you can see, I'm flashing and not being hurt for that limited amount of time in any case. Don't want the twin pulse, because the wave laser is much more awesome. Tears through these aliens pretty efficiently. I'm gonna try to get to the boss of the first of that other level before too long. It's a pretty cool looking boss for 8 bits, although it's a little oddly designed. Well, not oddly designed, it's a little awkwardly implemented boss fight. We'll see in a bit. So yeah, and I mean, despite the obvious pitfalls, technical pitfalls this game has, I still find some charm out of it. I mean, it's not very well designed, and it plays like a incompleted prototype, but I mean, it just has that sort of weird charm to it. That you rarely find in today's Square Enix games. Yeah, alright. So we should be coming up to the base again. You know, I'm not quite sure how a door inside the base could lead to some remote location outside of the base. But hey, video game logic and all. Yeah, collecting boots, now that I have 3, does absolutely nothing. I would say it might contribute to points if this game had a point system, but it doesn't. So we have a helmet here, which I guess might do the same thing as a armored vest. I'm not quite sure. For all I know, it might just do nothing. Oh crap, oh crap. Yeah, another annoying thing about this game is once you start free fall, your main character is like bound and determined to, well, not bound and determined, but your main character can't change direction while in free fall, meaning that if you drop, you will plummet to what? Well, you've seen. Explaining things I am not good at. Alright. No, I don't have enough jump boots to get to that height. And the somersault jump is not... Here we go. Here we have the fire gun, which, while not as cool as the wave laser, is almost as powerful as it. It'll kill most of these regular enemies in one hit. Although the rate of fire, I guess, is a little slower. Okay. What was in this egg? I forget. Oh. An imported grenade. That'll come in handy in a bit. I forget what's in this egg, actually. Oh, nothing. Well, I guess it's no loss skipping that section down there. Full health. That's pretty good. Alright. Fire. Alright, as I'm pretty sure that door down there leads nowhere. I've never been able to get through it without falling into a watery grave. Now the boss should be behind this wall. Now one would think you'd have to go over there and kill that alien egg over there, but it's generally unadvised because, as far as I can tell, you can't actually get up from over there. So you're gonna have to go through the door you just entered, and that apparently takes you to the boss fight with the Queen Alien. Now what you need to do here is, while it's slowly walking, just jump up and at the very top of your jump, shoot, and most of the time your shots will connect to it. A fairly uneventful boss fight. And as far as I can tell, every boss in this game is like that. Yeah, the Queen's Blood apparently does no damage to you. And that's the first level. Oh, yeah, that's it.